I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. In another 25, 30 years, the Japheth man will be a minority in America. The Latinos, America will, will be back in charge of the Northern Hemisphere. That's right. That is right. So what the Japheth people are doing, they're rewriting the Constitution. They're not crazy. They're not crazy. And the only person that get crazy enough to get out there and fight the Constitution, rewrite the Constitution, is Donald Trump. And they've got justices like Alito and Clarence Thomas, who was a grifter and a lowlife. He never should have been on the court in the first place. But Amy Coney Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh and all that crowd. Here's what the Japheth people are doing. They're not saying, Lord, make us slaves the way you made the black people. We want to be slaves too, because it appears that you pride yourself on those that have become slaves. Now, why heaven sees that as a profitable thing? Why heaven sees that as a blessed thing to have been a slave? Why heaven would only give birth to the Son of God through the slave nation? Why heaven does that, we don't know. But one thing we do know, that's how he works. That's how God works. He works through the slaves. He comes through the slave. That's how he came the first time. That's why he's coming the second time. But what the Japheth people are doing is that they're fighting their loss of place of majority in America. And so what they're doing is that they're saying, take down the Constitution. The Constitution, as it is written, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 50th, the 21st Amendment, and every other amendment, the Constitution allows for America to be a quasi-democracy, a republic, and people can have equality. There is no slave and slave master. People can have equality. And what the people that are following Donald Trump and the Republican legislators and judges saying, get rid of the Constitution. We got to get rid of the Constitution. We got to have an autocracy or fascism. Well, I don't know, fascism would be the word. We got to have because the Constitution will vote white people out of existence. That's what's going on in the politics, and that's why it's going to be so fierce over the next 7 to 9 months to 7 to 9 years. The Constitution will allow white people to be voted out of their position as majority. So when you hear what Samuel Alito is saying and not Clarence Thomas, but when you hear what Trump is saying and all the other Republicans, what they're saying is that we know the Constitution served America for 240 years in a positive way, but if we allow the Constitution, we got to tear down the Constitution. We got to tear down the electoral system. We got to tear down the voting system. We got to put a president in, whether he's voted in by the people or not. We got to get somebody in there that will defeat the Constitution and keep white people from going into a minority in the next 25 years. And so it's on. It's on. Now that's what they're doing. That's exactly what's happening in America. And you're not going to change them. People are fighting for their very lives because the Constitution and its sense of equality, and the thing that really shook them to their core, though Obama was not black. Yeah, now let's get straight about what we're straight about. Though Obama was not black, what shook Japheth to his core, what shook him was that this man rose up off the surfboards out there in Hawaii and in the ghetto of Chicago and got installed illegally as the president. Illegally as the president. They would have been happy as a jaybird if Hillary Clinton had. The Japheth people would have been happy as a jaybird, but that shook them to their core. So Donald Trump, everybody knows Donald Trump is the biggest fraud, biggest liar, con man. He's a psychopath. He's a sicko if there ever was one. That boy is a sicko if there ever was one. A madman. But they say, if this is what it takes, if this is the person that takes to tear down the American Constitution, if this is the one, then we'll go with him. I don't care how sick he is. Let's put him in office and he rip up the Constitution, rip all of his amendments, and we Japheth people can then set our own doctrine under the dictator that we can close the borders, close relationship with Europe, and get rid of all the black people. Get rid of them too. And we can then live in peace and harmony. But God's got another plan. Let me tell Japheth, I'm sorry to inform you, but Jesus is coming back to ATLAH. I can tell you that right now. You can rip the Constitution up all you want. Obama ripped up the Bible. Yeah, he didn't know that, you see. And Japheth, brother, hey, Obama ripped up the Bible. But church people don't believe in the Bible no more. Church people don't believe in the Bible. All them preachers stand up in the pulpit marrying man to man. They don't believe in it. Obama ripped up the Bible, and he was successful. Trump is going to rip up the Constitution, and he'll be successful. In fact, he's already done it. He's already ripped it up. Yeah, he has. And so God is having a bad dream. He's having a nightmare. That's what Almighty God is having. You look at what is going on. So you need to get anchored down. The next few months, I'm going to, just as an aside, maybe someone else would think along the same lines, as an aside, to wrap all this up here today, Jesus is coming again. No, he is. He said that. I didn't say it. I'm repeating what he said. Jesus is coming again. But as an aside, I'm going to get ready, try to get my body ready. I need to lose some weight. I'm going to try. I don't know if that's going to work. I just have to make a decision to let my pants out a little bit more, because I don't know if I'm going to lose any weight. I'm going to keep on enjoying food. But I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to buy myself a real nice car if the people will let me have it. I don't know if they will. And then I'm going to take myself I'm going up to the mountains. I'm going out to the mountains. I'm going up the top of the mountains, and I'm going to pray. And then I'm coming back, and I doubt very seriously. If you think COVID was bad, the lockdown of COVID, if you think that was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I'm going to try to get myself refreshed. I'm saying this as an aside because maybe you think you got a couple more months before it really gets very bad. It could get bad if Judge Merchan sentenced Trump to a stint inside of a jail. We won't even have time to go to a vacation. I won't even have time to go to the mountains and pray. But if that doesn't take place, there will probably be breathing room for me to be able to go to the mountains and pray in a real comfortable and a really nice car, eat at some of the restaurants and eat myself a great big old T-bone steak, and then come back and it's on. No, it's on.